Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back on Junk Journal July again after a bit of a break because I've just had other things that I needed to be doing. I'm going to do a couple today, but I'm going to cheat with this one a little bit. I made this off camera. This is a tag with a Libra astrological sign on it, and the stain's gone through. But the Libra represents scales, and so I thought that would be perfect for that. So that's balance, which was number 9, and number 10 is stripped back. So now it's very difficult for me to do things like this because I can't strip back anything. I just keep working on it and working on it until I've probably overdone it most of the time. So I'm going to try. My stripped back version will probably be probably what other it'll possibly be what other people would consider to be a fully fledged piece of collage. So this is one of my digitals that I knocked up, and I'm going to use that for my background. I haven't decided what I'm going to use in the foreground as my focal point yet, but no doubt I'll find something. I tend to do these things intuitively without really thinking them through. They sort of build themselves, I find. So I see what I think I need to be doing with them and do it like that. So it's more intuitive than pre-planned. I rack my brains to try and think, and sometimes I can't think until I'm halfway through playing about. Just the way my idiotic mind works sometimes, I think. So here, as you can see, I'm just tearing up off the white bits of this digital print. And it could have been any old bit of paper, really. Not any old bit of paper. It could be book pages or anything like that. Would have done probably about the same thing. But I liked the shading on some of this, and a little bit more interest than a plain old book page. So I plan to sort of do some horizontals and verticals with these strips that I'm tearing off. And I think I might put a couple of little bits of book page on there. I don't know yet. Possibly not, but I'll see how it goes. So let's move this across here and slap some of these down on the page. So just get the appropriate glue, and I'll need some paper so I don't stick everything to everything. So I'll just find that from my pile that is to my right. And yeah, here we've got some, it's sort of waxed paper. So I just let it dry and fold it over again. I tend to get in a bit of a sticky old mess with book pages. So I find this a little bit easier. So I'll probably use a bit of paint or distress spray and possibly some of my walnut ink. But we'll see how it goes. I can't use too much. It's supposed to be pared right back, so it's probably going to be one of my quicker videos, I would think. We'll see how that goes too. I'm not making any promises. Who can tell? Some people call it intuition, some people call it just winging it, and I'd probably say I'm more winging it than being intuitive. But I'll leave that for you guys to decide. So, yeah, another crisscross. And just trying to balance these out so they don't all look, so it doesn't look like a grid page, if you like. Interestingly, I was watching Barbara on 49 Dragonflies last night, doing her page where she'd divided it up into 9. So was it 9? Yes, yeah. She 3 across and 3 down, and about placing the focal point across the where the lines cross. It's quite interesting if you haven't seen it. Yeah, definitely go back and watch it. It's quite informative and interesting. So I'm just trying to find something for a focal point. So I've got these cardboard cutouts and things, and I think I'm going to make it a Tim Holtz paper doll. So I'm just checking if anything else. Love these storage boxes, by the way. I got that off Amazon. And yeah, find those really useful. You can see what's in them, and they pack away so nicely. It's like, like a little suitcase thing. Anyway, back to the page in question. Stripped back. Okay, so this is the walnut ink. I'm just trying to sort of sober down the edges of those strips of paper by just going over the tear lines, really, with this stain, which I love. This is quite weak. It's last time I was on, I think it had all dried up, but yeah, I've made some more, but it's quite light, and just gives a bit of an edge to it. So I might actually put a bit more ink in it and strengthen it up a bit, just trying to damp down some of the lighter bits of the paper, and then I'll dry it, but I won't put you through the misery of watching me dry it, so I'll be back in a tick. Okay, that's all dry, and as you can see, it hasn't made a vast difference, but it's just softened it down a bit. Now let's find the paper doll that we want. So I think I want a sitting one that's going to sit on that horizontal piece of torn paper. I like these 2 old girls, remind me of me and my sister-in-law. What else we got? Let's have a look, see which one out of those looks best. Yeah, he looks quite good. I should move him across so his elbow's on that piece on the left. There we go, look. Yeah, I love those 2. They look great on there, with their legs dangling off the edge. I love it. We'll just try move him over a bit. No. Let's try this one. They all look very good on there, actually. Yeah, he looks great too. But I'm going to sit the old girls on there. It's a bit like that. Reminds me of those guys on a great big high beam over New York City. There's a sort of famous poster. I'm just going to make that a little bit longer so that the one on the right doesn't fall off the edge. But yeah, there's steeplejacks, I think they are, in the States, all sitting along that beam, eating their lunch boxes. It reminds me of those a bit. Perhaps it's their mums. Okay, I'm going off on one now. I hope they're still playing about. So, I think before we make any other attempts, we're going to stick this one on here. But I'm going to just ink around the edges, just so there's no stark white edges around there. Just trying to find my vintage photo, I think, because it is a vintage photo. That would seem appropriate. So I'm a bit off camera, but you all know how to ink the edges of things. That's better, I've realised. So yeah, not going overboard. As I say, just catching the white edges. And I'll probably use some stronger glue on this. I usually use the EVA glue. Yeah, like those two there. But what I think I'm going to do is use some of my distress crayons, because they're sort of sitting on a sharp edge there. So I want to soften that so it looks more three-dimensional. So I'm going to go around the edges with this distress crayon, and then I'll just add a bit of water to it in a minute. Doesn't matter how rough you are with these, they dissolve so beautifully that you don't need to be an artist to use them. So yeah, just add in the water now. As you can see, they just absolutely melt. So I wanted it to look a bit like a shadow and a bit like a three-dimensional sort of object there. So I've just dried that off quickly, and I'm just working out how they're going to sit there. And yeah, I'm happier now. Looks like they've got a nice brown cushion to sit on, actually. So save their poor old butts from the discomfort. Okay, so yeah, using the EVA glue here. Oh, move my coffee out of the way. Because it's thicker card, it needs something a little bit more substantial than glue stick. So putting plenty of that on there, because the brown paper will absorb it as well. And sit them on there. There we go. And their little legs dangling off the edge. Aren't they gorgeous? Right. Now, I could have left it at that, because actually that doesn't look too bad. But no, I can't leave it. So we're going to get out some splatters now. So I have, I think it's forest moss, and the bottle's leaking, and it's everywhere. And it's splattered some of the other pages. Mostly splattered my hands. And yeah, look at that. I don't think the top was on quite properly from when I last used it in the same manner. So, yeah, look. Looks like my fingers... Oh, I've got green fingers. Better go and do some gardening. So now let's splatter these ladies. Well, try not to splatter the ladies like that. But as it's sort of glossy cardboard, now I want a sort of blotted look in the background, which is why I'm blotting it. A bit like an old wall, I suppose, really, with a bit of moss on it. Oh, that's the wind getting up and blowing that paper about. It's really been windy the last few days, and there are intermittent, really heavy downpours this morning. So I've taken the sound out from behind the video because, yeah, it was just making so much noise on the conservatory roof that I just couldn't hear myself think. So, having cleared up the mess, I'll do some white splatters now. There we go. Love my white splatters. And I could even go mad. I'll do some gold ones too. But I'm going to dry these first. Okay, so that's dried those splatters off. Just going to have a slurp of coffee while that just finishes off drying a little bit. So a little interlude there. It's nearly cold anyway. And just having a bit of a clear up. But I'm seriously thinking of doing some gold splatters, I think. I might be wrong. I got muddled up because I did another page after this, which I'll put in a video in a couple of days, but or maybe tomorrow. But no, I'm just going to cut out the prompt and pop that on the page. No gold splatters for these ladies, I'm afraid. So they're bereft. I was lucky I stopped there, really. So, yep, just trimming that up. Because it's just a small area, I'm going to stick it on the back. And then I'll find somewhere suitable for that to be clipped or pinned or pocketed or... And this is the one for the one I've done today. Just put a bit of vintage photo on it. And EVA glue. And then I think I'll probably call it a day for this one. Call it done. Blimey, that was good for me. I'm just looking for somewhere for that tag to go, and I'm not absolutely sure. I think I'll just stick it on there with those other bits for now, and I might change it later when some more of the pages are done. So just flipping through what we've done so far. It's got the flip outs on that tag as well, the fold outs, and that's my layers on layers. That's framed in brown paper. That's balance, and here we have scaled back. So yeah, there we are. So just really left for me to say I'll put some photos at the end. Thanks for watching. See you again soon, and bye for now. Bye.